Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today wherever you are in the world. Today we are working on Cocobelle 2.0. If you missed the last video, we actually did a really fun build to create this tropical resort on the island. I'm really excited with how it came together. I don't know, I decided to start with the house this time, and I'm really glad we did because now we have something fun and really pink to look at every time we wake up in the morning on the game. So really excited. So if you missed that video, please check it out. Today, I thought it would be fun if we worked on the shops area and just kind of trimmed out the rest of the resort over here. We have the shops right here, the Able Sisters and Nooks Cranny. I decided to move them over here in front of the resort just because I wanted this to sort of be a centralized location. For anyone that missed the announcement about doing the 2.0 overhaul on Cocobelle, my plan is to sort of overhaul the area, redo it. I'm going to be doing a lot of before and after pics of how things looked previously on the island versus how we're sort of vamping everything up. That was some feedback I got from a lot of you guys prior to starting this new short series was how do you go about switching over an island or upgrading it versus completely starting over. So we've been having a lot of fun working on some things on this island so far, and yeah, I thought today would be a good day to start working on kind of creating a little shopping area over here on the island. So as we go along redecorating Cocobelle 2.0, my goal is to hopefully create a nice resort area here on the island with a lot of ruins sort of sprinkled in between. I kind of wanted it to be a resort type of island with a lot of just kind of worn down ruins sprinkled out throughout the island and towards the back as well. So let's speed things up and get going. I'm really excited for this build. The first things first, we want to put down this decking. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this custom design pattern. I found this on the portal. I actually found it initially on Pinterest, and then there's actually a few different colored versions of this. So we'll have to try this one out. This is more of like an ash gray color, and I really like it. So we'll have to see. I might switch it out. There's more of like a pale worn white color, so we might end up going with that as instead, but wanted to try this out. That's one of the things that you guys ask me a lot is how do I come up with planning when doing different builds on the island? And all I can tell you is honestly for me, I'm not a super duper organized person when it comes to the creative process. I kind of like to just go as I please. And I know I really admire the people that tend to be more organized, and there's some really great planning apps out in the world that you can use to plan out your island ahead of time. I find that when I'm doing an island, especially redoing an area, you kind of are a little more limited unless you have plans to completely tear everything down and start from scratch. You sort of have to go with the flow and kind of decide what you want to keep and what you don't on the island. That's usually a good place to start. And then once you determine what you don't want to keep, tear those areas down, and I kind of recommend doing it one area at a time if you can, just because otherwise it tends to get overwhelming. If you have a couple of adjoining areas, it can be nice to tear both down just so that you're not confined to a space when you're doing some decorating. But yeah, that's kind of the idea behind it. So thank you to the subscriber who sent in that question. I'm going to do my best to actually try to answer any questions you guys have. For anyone that's new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and you can find me on Instagram at Peppy Crossing Play. So please find me on there. I always love to hear from you guys. So feel free to message me if you have ideas that you want to see for builds on the island, or if you just want to give some input on what type of content, Animal Crossing content, you like to see best on the channel. I'm really actually excited, guys, because we just made it past 500 subscribers strong. I'm so beyond thrilled and so honored for all of you that are excited in joining us on the journey for the channel itself. It's just been such a huge milestone for me, and I'm just so beyond thankful from the bottom of my heart for all of your support and kindness. I can't thank you enough, and yeah, just really looking forward to celebrating that. I'm actually thinking of putting together a little giveaway, so if you have a chance, please find me on Instagram, message me, let me know what you'd like to see, or leave it in the comments here on the video. What type of giveaway would you like to see on the channel to celebrate? We just hit our 1-year anniversary mark, and also just celebrating the fact that we are 500 subscribers strong. Super honored and excited. So yeah, let me know what you'd like to see. What type of giveaway would you like to see on the channel? So look for that coming in the next week or so to celebrate. All right, so let's catch up with our build. We've done a lot here. I've just basically put down the deck pattern here. I do like to put the descriptions of the video, the custom design code. So if you're looking for something like this to use on your island, I really love this pattern. It's something that I think is going to be really versatile, especially since Cocobelle is more of a tropicore, tropical jungle type of island. So yeah, I'll be sure to link that information in the description of the video for you guys. Okay, so to decorate the Nooks Cranny area, I kind of wanted to create this little fenced in area just because I want it to be open so that the villagers can walk through here too, honestly. But I love the idea of using the Zen fence, and just a few little pieces here and there I think can add a lot. That's one thing about fencing on this game. I feel like using the fencing, it does sort of hinder the decorating in certain areas if you're using full-on fence to completely surround an area. But I find that using a few little pieces here and there, like directly behind these shell arches, can add a lot to a build. It adds layering, which I love, but it also doesn't restrict it. If you notice, we have a lot more space to be able to place items and decorate here because the fence isn't going completely around. Oh, Flora! Flora came to say hello. She's so precious. I really, really love her. So yeah, just dropping down some items to kind of decorate in here now that we have our Zen fence. Wanted to put down some festival banners over here in the color with the red and the yellow. I think it matches Cranny really great. And just kind of putting down some of these stalls and then some items. I kind of wanted it to be like a little shopping area. So for now, we're going to put down some little shoe boxes and maybe, I don't know, like a surfboard and just some things that you can think of that you might find that a tourist would want, like a camera. I think that's something we would all probably bring on vacation. So that's kind of the idea behind it. And over here at Able Sisters, I kind of wanted the two areas to be similar. I didn't want them to be matchy, but I do want them to coordinate. So that's kind of the idea behind this. Just putting out some items to kind of add a little bit of height and differentiation, like the cute little clothing rack. Oh my gosh, I love this item. It's one of my faves. I love fashion, so of course I'm prone to like something like that, but just trying out some items that have some movement and height like that. As well as this display case. Oh my gosh, I love it. I feel like the sunglasses and the watches are perfect. Definitely something you would find at a little shopping area at a resort. Okay, so now we're gonna add a few little things just to this entrance area. This is what leads up to our resort. So I wanted to have a few little lighting pieces like these torches. I think definitely adds a beachy sort of vibe. And then just dropping down a couple of the bamboo floor lamps in the green. I really love this item. It's perfect for a tropical type of island, and I don't get to use them a whole lot. So really excited to use some different things since we were doing farmcore for a really long time. All right, and I thought having an ATM machine would be perfect over here by the store area because I feel like that's something you would for sure see in a shopping area. So that way if you run into the shop, I mean, how many times has that happened to us where we have not had enough bells in our pockets and you find the perfect thing at the cranny to buy? So I figured this would be nice and convenient. Okay, so I've added a couple of little bamboo benches over here, and then so we actually had a subscriber suggest putting some flamingos out by this area by the hotel and the resort, and I absolutely love this idea. I love the pink, love the flamingos. So thank you so much for that suggestion. I'm really excited of how this all came together. All right, so here's a before and after. Before, the stores actually used to be on the front beach to the right of the airport, so they're actually relocated in a completely different location this time. Really happy with how this came together. I'm sure I'll probably add a few things to the build as we catalog more and more of the 2.0 items. I feel like every day when I get on here to do my dailies, I usually will see a space that I want to fill with a few little things. So I'm going to try to kind of move things around as best I can, but I really like how this came together. I like the little shopping area. Love the stores being side by side. Let me know in the comments, how many of you guys have chosen to have your Cranny and your Able Sisters next to each other? Is it something that you've done on your island, or do you just kind of have them in two different areas? I love this little space over here. Love that you can still walk through here, and I think the deck really adds a ton to the concept of this build. It's just a nice kind of area that ties everything together. The floor, I think having the custom design on the ground adds a lot. It definitely pulls it all together. I went ahead and switched out the color of this Moroccan sofa. I love this sofa, but I was feeling like the green was a little bit too Christmas looking, holiday-esque. So I switched it out for sort of more of an aqua tone that I felt added to the tonation of the color scheme we were going for on here. But all in all, I'm really happy with how this came together. I hope that if you've been looking for some ideas on how to pull together just a cute, fun way to decorate your Able Sisters or your store area for the Cranny, that this has brought you some inspiration. Even if you're doing a theme other than Tropicore, I feel like an idea like this can definitely be switched around. You can trade out some of the items for different styles of arches or just items in general. Even the coloration of items, I think, can make a difference. So you can totally make a build like this your own and curate it to sort of go with whatever theme you have on your island. All right, guys, well, I think that's it for today. Just a shorter video. Hopefully in the next video here, my plan is to work on this front beach area. We have sort of a concentrated space over here by the airport, and I wanted to make this maybe something like a beach rental house or something like that over here. So we're probably going to be doing a build of that nature here for the next video. But yeah, just wanted to thank you guys so much again for subscribing to the channel. You all truly mean the world to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope that you are taking care of yourselves. Don't forget that you are an amazing person and you have a wonderful purpose in this world. Don't ever forget that. This world is a better place because you're in it, and I'm so glad to have shared this time with you. Wishing you guys all an amazing day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.